Good morning, guys. What's up? Happy Wednesday. Welcome to the live stream. We are streaming on Facebook and on LinkedIn. If you are here for the first time, welcome. I am Dion, your brand messaging maven. You might be asking, what the heck is that? Basically, I help my clients look really, really dope, whether they are climbing the corporate ladder, building a business, trying to get on stages, trying to become a thought leader. I am helping you communicate. If you are a brilliant Black woman, especially, I'm helping you communicate your value, your it factor, your secret sauce in the marketplace. Okay, so come on in. Got tongue tied there for a second. Let me know how your day is going, how your week is going. And as always, if you guys have questions, I want to hear from you. So be sure to ask your questions down below in the chat. Okay. And if you're catching this on the live stream, say hello. And if on the replay, use hashtag replay with your question or your comment. Listen, we are going to talk today about why you are doing all the things you are showing up. You are creating valuable, meaningful content. You are leading, serving, standing in your brilliance. That's a beautiful thing. But if it still feels like the person you were meant to serve, your brand soulmate, whether it's a singular person, people, a community, an entity, if it feels like they're missing the message, this is for you. Okay, where are the clients who feel like a perfect fit if you're an entrepreneur? What about those speaking engagements, invitations that align with your purpose? What about partnerships that energize you instead of drain you? Okay, you are not alone if this is you. Okay, so if you are putting in all the effort and your brand soulmate isn't really more visible or showing up as consistently as you'd like, I've got a little bit of tea for you. It's probably not about doing more. It is about alignment, right? Specifically, how your brand is structured to connect, to attract, and to convert. So, we're going to talk about that today, right? If you feel like you've been doing all the things, it's not about working harder, okay? It is not you, okay? It's not about tweaking your bio or your logo or your next perfect post, right? If your brand isn't built to ultimately convert the right people, it doesn't matter how consistent or how brilliant you are, right? And you guys know I always talk about being brilliant, showing off your brilliance, standing in that, and also being consistent. But the other piece of that equation is alignment. Okay. Guys, good morning. Welcome to the live stream. We are talking about, what you should be doing, right? If your brand soulmate just can't seem to find you, okay? And how do you begin to fix that? So speaking of brand soulmates, okay, this Friday in just 2 days is my personal branding workshop. It's Invisible to Invaluable, and in this free workshop, the link is right there below. You can go to workwithdion.com. I'm going to show you not just the basics of personal branding, but really how to begin to connect with your brand soulmate in a way that feels genuine and authentic. Okay. So make sure you head on over to workwithdion.com. And even for those who are, it's going to be a Friday, right? So if you want to hang out with me a little bit longer, stick around at the end of the workshop and I'm going to open up the floor and answer any questions that you have. Questions about personal branding, right? Your career business strategy, positioning, thought leadership, or LinkedIn. Okay. No question is off limits. So make sure you head on over to workwithdion.com. Okay. So let's dig into what's really going on, right? I want you to think of your personal brand as the bridge between your purpose and the people who need it, right? If that bridge is misaligned, even just a little, your people can't find their way to you, right? They might admire your brilliance from afar, but they won't take that next step. They're not reaching out, they're not booking a call, they're not asking you if you're available for an interview, like whatever that case is, right? They won't see you the way you deserve to be seen. So, we're going to talk about how you can fix this problem in three simple steps because a magnetic, soul aligned personal brand is built on three foundational pillars, and that's what we're going to focus on today. Okay, so let me know in the chat, guys, if you have any questions about any of this, if you need any clarification, I am here to help you out. Okay, so first, your audience should feel like, wow, she is talking to me. It's about your niche, right? If your niche is too broad, too safe, too generic, it becomes hard for the right people to recognize themselves in your message. They are scrolling by, they're glossing over your resume, whatever that asset is. And it's not because you're not brilliant, but because your brilliance isn't clearly for them, right? You need to speak to your audience. And I say this, I'm going to teach this in Friday's workshop. You should be able to speak to your audience in a way with language that lets them know, like, wow, she is talking to me. Like, how I want you to think of, because when I talk about your brand soulmate, right? Let's liken this to, spotting your soulmate across a crowded room, right? That person reading your stuff should feel like there is no other person that you're talking to, okay? So really begin to sit down and create messaging as if you are sitting down having coffee with this person, okay? Guys, good morning. Welcome to the live stream. We are talking about why your brand soulmate can't find you and how to fix it, okay? Number 2 is your offer. Okay? Your offer is your solution to your brand soulmate's problem. Okay. Your offer should tap into what people deeply want, right? Whether it's transformation, clarity, confidence, freedom, elevation, saving somebody money, right? It's not just about what you do, but it's about how it helps them become who they're called to be. And so if they don't feel that connection, they won't move towards it, no matter how great your credentials are. Okay, it is not enough to just say, "Hey, I have these credentials," right? But there is something very unique about what you bring to the table, your offer, your specific approach, right? Maybe it's a formula or a way that you have of looking at things to solve that problem. That is your offer, and you have to be able to communicate it and make it seem like the obvious choice because it is, right? Like you know you're the best thing. You know you're the best person for the job, but they need to be able to see the value in what you're bringing to the table. Okay. Guys, good morning. Happy Wednesday. If you are just joining us on Facebook or on LinkedIn, come on in. We're talking about why your brand soulmate can't find you and what you need to do to fix it. Okay. And we're going to dig deep into this Friday at my personal branding workshop that is happening at 12 p.m. Eastern. Okay, so make sure you head on over to workwithdion.com to get all the gems at this workshop. And then there's number 3. It's your brand positioning. Your brand positioning really does make all the difference. Your voice, your value, your story should make it obvious why you're the one, right? And this is where I feel too many brilliant Black women shrink, right? We downplay our wins, we blend into the feed, we speak in the voice that sounds professional, but doesn't sound like us, right? And that's some people call it code switching, right? Your positioning should also encompass like what you sound like. If someone were to have a conversation with you on the phone or sit with you and have coffee, you want your brand to communicate not just your voice, but that's going to help position you differently and help you kind of stand out, right? So if your presence feels muted, your brand soulmate won't recognize you. And even worse, you won't recognize yourself in your brand either. Okay. And we all know that personal branding is about authenticity. It is not about, going with the wind, whichever the way the wind blows. It's not about what's trending or really being someone that you're not. It is about being authentically you and bringing your full self to the marketplace. Okay. So, guys, good morning. Thanks for joining. If you're just joining us, you have to go back up to the top where we talked about the three pillars of a magnetic, soul aligned personal brand. and how you can begin to fix these things so that your brand soulmate will recognize you. Okay. And of course, if you guys have questions, even on the replay, ask here. But you might be wondering, okay, Dion, these are great, but now what? Right? If the people you're meant to serve aren't consistently showing up, if your message isn't converting the way it should, if your brand feels like work instead of flow, that's another big red flag, guys, right? Your personal brand should feel easy, right? If any of that strikes a chord, if it steps on some toes, chances are one of these areas needs realignment and not more effort. But here's the good news, right? Clarity changes everything. When you are clear on your niche, that's your specialized area of expertise, your offer, and your positioning. When those three things are in sync, the right people will find you. They will see themselves in your story. They will trust your voice, right? They will say yes without hesitation because they feel the connection. And that is when, my friends, your brand becomes a magnet and not a megaphone, right? It's not about being the loudest one, it's about the alignment. And that's also when your brilliance stops being the best kept secret, right? When we are in a position of choosing and not chasing. Okay. So my job, my passion, my ministry is to help you bring your brand back into alignment. So I want to hear from you guys down below. You can leave a comment or a DM. What part of your brand feels unclear or off or just downright frustrating, right? Is it your message? Is it your audience, your offer? Is it all three? Let me tell you something. I read every single message and comment and I personally respond. Okay. Just know that you deserve to be respected and compensated and seen, not just for your talent, but for your truth. So it's time for us, ladies, in 2025 to make sure that our personal brands reflect the brilliance that we already carry. Okay. Now, if you're ready to really dig into this, right? This Friday, there are a few spots available. We usually get easily 100 plus, little more registrations. But this Friday is my personal branding workshop. This is a free virtual live session where I'm going to break down not just what personal branding is, but how you can begin to leverage what you already bring to the table, right? A lot of people are, and I am such a proponent of education, right? Hear me clearly, but you don't always need more credentials. You don't always need another certification or training. It is really about articulating and really embracing what you already have. And so that's what this invisible to invaluable workshop is about. This workshop is for you if you feel unseen or under recognized in your career, in your business. Maybe you're struggling to earn the income and or the respect you deserve. If you're ready to step out of the shadows, become a thought leader, and just attract, business clients or potential employers who are a perfect fit for your brand. We're going to cover the personal branding basics, why a strong brand is vital for your professional success, and how to begin to connect with your audience using your natural gifts, skills, and ability. So listen, if this is resonating with you, I want you to just click that link right there, go to workwithdion.com to sign up because I am just showing all the pulling back the curtain. I'm showing all the secrets on how you can finally be seen and valued for the incredibly smart and talented woman you are. No more sitting on the sidelines, okay? But guys, I hope that you found this helpful and I will see you next Wednesday for the live stream. Okay. Take care.